Project Blue Book was terminated. Most of the sightings were categorized as high-altitude spy planes or natural aerial phenomena. Although approximately 700 unidentified cases still remain. But while the U.S. Air Force insists to this day that credible evidence of extraterrestrial visitation never existed, many former employees of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, such as Ray Shemanski, have come forward with a very different story.
I started working at Wright-Patterson in January of 1973, and I had 38 years and 9 months of service when I retired. I spent nearly my entire career at Air Force Research Labs, and I did advanced research and development. On the first day working there, I had a mentor. His name was Corvette Al. He was the equivalent of a flag officer, a general, or an admiral. And he said, let's go do the hangar. And as we stepped into that hangar, he turned to me and said, have you heard about our aliens? I said, what? He said, yeah, we have aliens here on the base. I said, really? And then he said, well, yeah, there was a crash out west, and they brought the aliens and their machine. He used the word machine. Brought it to Wright-Patterson for evaluation and possible exploitation.
Hangar 18 was this mysterious hangar at Wright Field where we actually have an eyewitness who was taken to Hangar 18, Lieutenant Colonel Marion Magruder. He was fighter pilot in the United States Marine Corps who saw the alien technology, but worse, he saw the live alien. It looked human. Its head was larger than humans. Its arms were much longer, and it moved like this in a wavy motion. And the humanoid communicated with Magruder telepathically. And the Army and the Air Force, as well as the higher branches of the Pentagon, were absolutely fascinated by the fact that here were creatures who could communicate without using words. Thus began a series of experiments into psychokinesis, psychic projection, thought projection.
If the Magruder account is true, and the U.S. military was once using live aliens for scientific study, where did those experiments take place? Was it at Wright-Patterson, Area 51, or were they conducted at yet another facility? And if so, where? And are they still taking place today? Long Island, New York. Here, at the eastern tip of the island, is all that remains of the Montauk Air Force Station. Originally established as a naval base in 1917 due to its strategic defensive location, the Montauk installation protected the East Coast from submarines and bombers for several decades before it was decommissioned in 1981. But according to statements from multiple whistleblowers, a secret laboratory hidden deep beneath the base may still be operating.
I think it's the perfect cover. You have kind of a lax topside operation, an Air Force station that really nothing's going on at. But underneath the ground, you have this extremely elaborate experiment going on. Many levels of an underground base. Each of these men that told the tale, they don't say they entered the base through, a topside location. They would all enter Brookhaven National Laboratories and travel on a train underneath the ground to Montauk. So people that are working above ground don't even know what's going on underneath the ground.
For ancient astronaut theorists, Montauk, like Area 51 and Wright-Patterson, remains notorious as one of the places the U.S. military would carry out numerous experiments, often with the aid of otherworldly technology. There are some who believe these experiments even involved human subjects as part of a highly controversial research program known as the Montauk Project.
Some of the stories about what was going on in the Montauk Project actually tie in with something that we absolutely know to be real because we have declassified documents on it, and that's MK Ultra. Now, MK Ultra was a program run by the CIA and the US Army and it literally tried to harness the technique of mind control. But there are rumors that there were other more exotic techniques that people were using at Montauk. Remote influencing, for example, which is the idea that you can effectively use the power of your mind to influence somebody else's behavior. Clearly, there would be huge military value in such technique.